Welcome to performing vector search in Cassandra. After watching this video, you will be able to define Cassandra and how it performs tasks like text similarity analysis and building recommendation systems. Describe how to perform vector searches in Cassandra. Cassandra's vector search facilitates efficient querying and retrieving of data based on the similarity metrics extracted from the vector representations of data. This feature supports finding similar patterns. Let's explore the steps involved in performing vector search in Cassandra. The first step is to set up dependencies and then connect them to Cassandra. Next, create a Cassandra table and proceed to the pre-processing text function. Then, generate review vectors and insert reviews. Now loop through reviews and store them with vector representation. Let's now explore these steps in detail. The first step is setting up dependencies. Using this example, let's understand the code for setting up dependencies. Here, the Cassandra driver connects and interacts with your Cassandra database. At TensorFlow.js, the node enables the TensorFlow.js functionality for the Node.js. In TensorFlow models, the universal sentence encoder provides the pre-trained model for text embedding. The stopwords remove common stopwords from the review text. The next step is connecting to Cassandra. First, a Cassandra client is created using Cassandra.client. Then, replace placeholders like your Cassandra host with your actual Cassandra host information. The next step involves creating a Cassandra table. Here, the create table function defines a Cassandra table named food reviews. The table has the following columns. The review ID is an integer that is the primary key for each review. The user ID is an integer representing the user who wrote the review. The restaurant ID is an integer that identifies the restaurant. The review text column stores the actual review content. The review vector is a vector data type that holds the numerical representation of the review. The pre-process text function step takes a review text as input and performs basic cleaning. This step is optional. Let's understand the step using the example. First, convert all letters to lowercase. Then remove punctuation marks using a regular expression. Now, split the text into individual words. Furthermore, filter out stop words using the stop words list. Finally, return the cleaned and filtered list of words. The next step is generating a review vector. The generate review vector function inputs a review object and creates a numerical data representation. This function pre-processes text to clean and prepare the review text. The function attempts to load the universal sentence encoder model using use.load. Error handling handles potential loading issues. The pre-processed text gets converted to a TensorFlow tensor with a batch size of 1. The model's encode method generates embeddings for the pre-processed text. Since you are processing a single review at a time, the first element of the embedding tensor gets extracted as the review vector. The function returns the generated review vector. The next step is inserting reviews. This line prepares a Cassandra statement for insertion, the client. Prepare method takes the Cassandra query language statement as input. The statement defines the table and the columns for data insertion. You will insert the actual values in placeholders. The await keyword prepares the statement before proceeding. Let's explore looping through reviews. First, the generate review vector function creates a numerical representation of the review's text. The await keyword ensures the generation of a vector before moving on. Then, the function checks if the vector generation was successful or whether the review vector is not null. If successful, the function uses the prepared statement to insert review data into Cassandra. The await keyword guarantees the insertion finishes before continuing. If vector generation fails, an error message indicates an issue with processing that specific review. Finally, let's explore how reviews are stored using vector representations. This statement defines an asynchronous function that executes the core logic for storing reviews with vector representations. First, it connects to the Cassandra database and then checks if the table exists. The database is displayed here. Then, other functions are performed, and Cassandra's connection is closed. In this video, you learned that Cassandra's vector search facilitates efficient querying and retrieving of data based on similarity metrics. The first step in performing vector search in Cassandra is setting up dependencies by the Cassandra driver. The second step involves connecting to Cassandra, followed by creating a Cassandra table by defining the Create Table function. The fourth step includes pre-processing the text function to perform basic cleaning. The next step is generating a review vector when the function inputs a review object and creates a numerical data representation. The sixth step is inserting reviews. The seventh step involves looping through reviews by creating a numerical text representation. Finally, reviews are stored using vector representations.